In this movie, we're going to look at a process called keying. That's basically removing a color screen background. For this, I'll be using the keying project found in the Chapter 14 folder. And I have this clip of me with my hand looking like an idiot. And I'm over this background that was basically a green screen background. And the reason why this is done oftentimes in Hollywood or in other video productions is so that you can remove that background. And again, that process is called keying. Now, the downside of keying is that it's a little tough to get the exact key you're looking for. But the upside is that once you get a good key, then it pretty much lasts for your entire video. Contrast that, say, with Photoshop, where you have to manually go in every single frame and make adjustments. With keying effects, you just tell it what to get rid of, and it gets rid of it for the entire video. So what we're going to do, as you can see here in the effects panel, there's loads of keying effects. We're going to apply the Keylight 1.2 effect. Keylight, by the way, is probably the most powerful keying effect that ships with After Effects, and it's technically not even an After Effects effect. It's a third-party effect that comes with the last few versions of After Effects. So if you have After Effects CS4 but you're not seeing Keylight, you'll need to go back to your disks and install it from there. So I'm going to apply Keylight 1.2. The first thing we need to do is tell Keylight what color to remove. We do that by clicking the eyedropper next to Screen Color, and then selecting a green color that most accurately represents all of the green screen background. So if there's a shadow in the green screen area, you definitely don't want to click on that. You want to click a representative green. And let's try that. Now, at first glance, this is pretty good. But upon closer inspection, we see some major problems here. First of all, look at this background. There's even an edge where the stuff that it looks like it got rid of, it didn't quite get rid of it all the way. One of the things that helps me with Keylight is by changing the view from final result to status. Now what this is showing us is a readout. White stuff is stuff that is completely there. Black stuff is being completely removed, and gray stuff is somewhere in between, basically partially transparent. So you can see basically that we have a lot of work to do. So I'm going to open up the screen matte area, and I'm going to increase the clip black value. As you can see, that's going to force our semi-transparent areas to go to pure black. Now, if we go too far on this, though, it's going to start eating away at me. Let's take this back to final result so you can see what that's doing. So if we have a little dab of clip black, we're good. But again, a little bit too much, and I start looking like Marty McFly in Back to the Future when he needs to get back home. So let's take this to 35. And now we have a little bit too much fringe around the edge here. That doesn't look so great. And so I'm going to take this down to about 90 or so. Now, I should probably point out that this footage has been compressed a little bit to make it distributable for exercise files. And so you're seeing a lot of this pixelation on the edges and these compression artifacts. That makes it a lot more difficult to key. So when you get footage that you know you need to key, keep it as high quality as possible. I'm also going to increase the screen shrink value. You want to be really careful with this because if you increase it, we could add a little halo. If you decrease it too much, you could just be eating everything away, and we definitely don't want that. So I'm going to take this to -1. It pretty much gets rid of the fringe without taking too much extra stuff away. And there's some problems with my hair a little bit here. Some of the little flecks of my hair are getting eaten away. Sometimes that stuff is really difficult to keep in, so it's good enough for now. I'm going to scroll down. We can go to foreground color correction. This little area allows us to do color correction from inside a Keylight. So first I need to enable color correction. So I could go over here to saturation and take down the saturation a little bit. And I could increase the contrast. Looking better already. And then I might want to come over here to the color wheel and maybe give it a more orangish yellowish tint if I feel so inclined. I guess that's a little bit more red, but that makes it blended with the background a little bit better. Now if I hit the home key and play this, you can see that every frame has the green removed. Pretty good stuff. I should also point out here, if you have the Production Premium Suite, there's another application called Ultra. For some reason, Adobe is not pushing this application very much, but you should have it. And Ultra is an amazing keying application. It does the best job and the fastest job at removing these green screen backgrounds.